Hello there, folks. This is Joe Wazoo here today. I've got what I call a really fascinating application for something. I got a RedLion HMI here, and what we've got a situation where the customer would like the display to be on for a period of time during the day and then turn off at nighttime. And really, this application entails they want it to come on at 5 a.m. and I think turn off at 7 p.m. I think those are the hours. But anyway, they want during those period of time to be on the whole time, and then from 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. the next day, have it off. So I was thinking about this, and I'm playing around here. And if I go over here, I'm in display pages. If I go over here and click on the word pages right here, when I click on pages and you're on the global tab, you can see right here there's a section called Backlight Timeout right here, this section. And you can either put in, normally I think 0 is the default number, and you can put in some time, like say 600 seconds. So after 600 seconds goes by, the display will turn off and so forth. Of inactivity, it means nobody's touching it, nobody's working with it, it's just sitting there. Hey, why not turn off the display? Unlike ATM machines, you see they're always on, Wells Fargo. But anyway, so I got to thinking about that. I said, wait a minute. If I could put a 0 in here to turn off this feature, but I can also put a variable or a tag to make it an adjustable timeout, well then after some amount of time, I could turn it off and leave it off again until some later time that I take this and take it to a 0 value. So if you look right here, I've got a tag here called Backlight Time. And all I did to team is created a tag and I drug it in here. By the way, this little video right here you see, I happen to have a camera that's on the HMI screen here as well, so you can see it live. It's actually happening. I'm going to show it, but it's going through its thing right now. I'll explain. But that's a live video you're seeing of the actual screen here to my left. So anyway, the backlight time is right there. Made that a variable. I've got a couple display pages. Here's one display page right here, and here's the one that's up on display right now. So I just two simple pages with a couple things on them, but I'm going to come back to them. Let me go to data tags here. I got a tag here called Backlight Timeout. This guy right here, that's the one I was just talking about. It's just an internal tag. Apparently I've got it set to retentive. That means the HMI keeps that value. And then I have another tag here called seconds. Now I'm trying to do this demo in a matter of minutes, not 7 p.m. tonight or 5 a.m. tomorrow or whatever. So I'm trying to show this quicker in terms of 60 seconds versus 24-hour time period. So here on the seconds thing, I'm just using the function get seconds, and then if you put in parentheses there, get now, open, close, close parentheses, that team on your display page, I got the web browser up. Oops, that's not what I want to show right here. I got the web browser right here running. So this is the screen that's running, and you can see there it's 40, the seconds counter. Also on this page, give it a second here at, I think at the 10-second mark, it'll switch back to the other page. Hold on here. We'll give it a second here. When it gets to 10 seconds, it'll switch to the other page. Yep, so there's the seconds counter on here. Here's the date and so forth, the time, blah, blah, blah. Perfect. Notice the screen over here went off. Okay, so let me go back to Crimson. All right, so I also have a tag in here called override. It's just a flag tag. Just a flag tag. I'll get to that later. I'm not doing anything else on any of these other tabs across any of these things. They're just 3 tags here. So where all the magic happens in this application is over here in programs. I got a program running, and look what I'm doing here, team. Let me scoot my chair up. What I'm doing here is I'm doing an if statement. I'm saying if the seconds counter is greater than or equal to 10 and the seconds counter is less than or equal to 30. So remember this, we're working with 60 seconds here. 0 through 59 is 60 seconds. Anytime it's between 10 and 30, I want to turn off the display for that whole period of time, and then I want to go to page 1. So page 1 is this page right here. That's what you're seeing right there. and that's what it's doing. However, I want you to notice something here, and I'll get to this section. Just don't pay attention to this. Whoops. Don't worry about this guy yet. Okay, so in this condition right here, between that period, I'm going to execute anything between this open squiggly bracket and this closed squiggly bracket right here. So I take the backlight time variable right here, and I make it equal to 5. Now what does that mean? Well, that essentially, it puts in a number 5 right in this field right here. So what that means, team, is that when this equals 10, the counter here equals 10, the screen will then put a 5 into that value and will shut off. So I just saw it do it, so I probably will wait till the next time. I'll come back, we'll explain. Also, I go to page 1. Now, if this condition is not true, I set the backlight time to 0, which makes it pop up, and I go to page 2. So you're going to see here, boom, the screen went to page 2. I guess I should put a label on here that says page 2. Hold on. Let's fix that real quick. That way y'all know what's happening. So we go here, boom. Just because we want to be clear, I'm going to put a label right here. Give me a second. And I'm just going to type page 2, because that's not 2, that's 2. Alright, so if we go there, we'll make it a little bigger. Boom, 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 boom. Bold it. Okay, so I'm going to quickly download. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. You can see it. Look, there's a real HMI there. Alright, so now it's started up. Okay, this is perfect. Oh, you just saw it go off again. Sweet. Okay, so now if this condition is not true, it's going to go to page 2, and it sets the backlight time to 0. So when it gets to 30 seconds, you can't see it right now, boom, 30 seconds, and if you look at the counter, it's hard to see on my fantastic camera, but you can see it here on the web server thing. Anyway, there's the timer. The other thing I was going to show you that might be a little bit confusing is, what is this here, this 5 seconds mean? Well, when I get to 10 seconds, all of a sudden I put a 5 in the backlight timeout, and that makes the thing shut off after 5 seconds of inactivity. So look, if you look at the video over here, I went to the wrong page again. Look, watch. 1, 2, I went 12, 13. Watch what happens when it gets to 15 here. Look, see how the real HMI turned off? Now I added a little feature here. If I tap the screen, say I tap it, I brought it to life, watch. I haven't touched it again, 5 seconds later, it'll go off. What if from 7 a.m., I'm sorry, from 7 p.m. to 5 a.m., I wanted to keep that screen on that whole time. So I added one more little caveat to this example. I added a flag tag called override, just a flag tag called override. And over here in programs, I added a third condition to my logic. Of course, we covered the seconds between 10 and 30, but now I'm also asking, and the override must equal 0. If the override equals 1, then this condition's not going to be complete, and it won't execute this. So let me prove that to you, show it actually happening. So the screen turned off, I'll tap on it. Now if I let it sit, it's going to turn off again in 5 seconds. There you see it. But I'm going to tap again. This time I'm going to turn the override on, and the override automatically did this and went to page 2. So now I'm on page 2, and this is, in this example right now, it will never shut off because override is currently on, so this condition here will never be true. So I'm going to open up, man, I really am adamant about going to that Harbor Freight today. So anyway, so if you watch the timeout here, you can see that when it gets to the 10 seconds, it won't turn off. Now you guys are looking at the real screen over here in my little thing. I guess I can move it. Well, anyway, but that's the little webcam. Watch. Watch when it gets to 10 seconds. I'm hoping it doesn't turn off this time. Actually, 15 seconds, because it's +5 of that timeout. So when it gets to 15, it ought to stay on. Let's see. Perfect. Look at that. Screen stays on. Now, if I wanted to override that feature, and enabled again, I can turn that back down, and then a few seconds here it should turn off, boom, and watch it, 30 seconds it'll come right back on. There you go. Anyway, just a quick example of how you can use the backlight timer. What was very enlightening for me on this whole logic, the part that really clicked for me, was the fact that you can make this available. Oh, by the way, that program, I'm running that program on Tick. It's running here on Tick. You can probably do the same thing using formula tags. I prefer to use the programs. That way it's easy for me to see. But some people, you could probably write all this logic in one tag and do a trigger thing, but I like to do it in the programs, then I can see it. Anyway, I'm running that code right here. But again, the fascinating thing is the fact that the backlight timeout can be a tag. And if you make it 0, it never times out. If you put in some time value, then after so much time, in this case, I have 5 seconds of inactivity, then that kicks in. Now you could also make this a variable that on the screen you could make it adjustable. So you could say, 60 seconds, so forth. But anyway, I just thought I'd make a quick video of how you can use the backlight timeout to control the display on and off feature of RedLion HMI. Hey, thanks a lot. Have a great day, folks. If you want this database, don't be afraid to email me. I'll be glad to send it to you and share it. See ya.